Hello. If you're dealing with anxiety, burnout, you've probably already tried humming, journaling, breathing exercises, and self-care routine, and you're probably wondering why they haven't helped me yet. When life is mildly stressful, they genuinely help. But when your nervous system is really misfiring, standard self-care isn't enough. When you cannot sleep because of that sudden jolt that keeps waking you up right as you're about to drop off, or when you're scrolling your phone, but your mind is somewhere else entirely, that's a completely different state and it needs different tools. So today I'm going to be sharing with you what actually works when you're genuinely in it. So the first thing I do when my nervous system is really firing, I drastically try to change my body temperature. I turn on the air conditioner down as cold as it will go, and I will sleep without my clothes. I know this kind of sounds wild, but stay with me. This is something that truly saved me when nothing else works. When your nervous system is completely dysregulated, you get those terrifying jolts that shock you awake the exact second that you're trying to fall back to sleep, right? That is your brain misfiring, signaling danger where there is none. So when you turn that AC down to the coldest setting and sleep without clothes, the intense physical sensation of the cold forces your entire body to focus on reality. So this is the thing, your brain literally cannot maintain the anxious thought and process that level of cold at the same time. And this will interrupt the misfiring signal. It resets your baseline, drop you out of that head, and forces your body into that physical present moment. So this is the second technique for me. The supplement that has been really helping is magnesium glycinate. So a few months ago, I was asked to be a keynote speaker, and of course, public speaking sent my nervous system into complete chaos. I was scattered. I was not sleeping enough. So I decided to try magnesium glycinate after hearing so many recommendations, and the ease I felt, I genuinely was surprised. I'm like, how can this, in fact, I have it right here because I take it every time before I go to bed, 2 pills. It just made my nervous system so at ease. So we have to understand that when we are chronically stressed, our bodies burn magnesium much faster. So for me, adding this to my routine really helped me, supported my sleep, and settled that, being on edge. So this is it, magnesium glycinate. Give it a shot, and of course talk to your doctor first. The third technique is to focus on exhaling. Have you ever noticed that the moment any kind of panic or anxiety sets in, whether it's happening to you or someone else, everyone immediately will say, take a deep breath. It turns out that that's the worst thing you can do, and here's why it's actually making it worse. Because when you panic, lacking oxygen is rarely a problem. It's not a problem, you have plenty. The real issue is carbon dioxide, and panicky breathing or kind of hyperventilating dumps carbon dioxide too fast. But carbon dioxide is the key that unlocks oxygen so that it can go to the right places in the brain, right? Without enough carbon dioxide, oxygen gets stuck, and because oxygen is not reaching the right places, you get dizzy, you get lightheaded, your chest starts tightening, you feel like you're suffocating, and this tricks you into gasping for even more air. So do this instead. Focus on long, slow exhale. Inhale gently for 3 seconds and then slowly blow out for 6. This longer exhale gives carbon dioxide to build back up, and this will deliver oxygen where your brain needs it most, and this will signal your heart rate to drop. So this is the fourth thing. I allow myself to cry without any shame attached to it. We have been taught that crying is a sign of weakness because it shows that we're kind of losing control. But physically, crying is that your body is completing a stress cycle. When you feel overwhelmed, stress, and tense, emotional energy gets built up with nowhere to go, and crying releases that built up stress. So when you cry, remember this, that it's not a sign of weakness, but you are just moving that energy out. Basically, it's a softening, and this is not a weakness. So the days when tears come, let them. This is the fifth thing. You can try it with me. I changed my eye focus to panoramic vision. So when you're anxious, your eyes naturally narrow and lock onto this one single point. Maybe your phone if you got an urgent email, or maybe the wall, or maybe the floor. It's called a tunnel vision because you are narrow. It's locked into that. So always your brain is going to interpret that narrow locked focus as a threat response, like there is danger. So to break that signal, inhale, I lift my head up, I widen my gaze as far as it will go, and I consciously take in and observe everything around me. I do this for 20 seconds, noticing what is on my left, my right, and better yet, just not moving your eyeballs. You make your eyeballs stare straight, but then you're kind of noticing the things around you, and that is going to tell your nervous system, oh, she is so relaxed, that's why she's observing, that's why she can observe everything. So you're kind of tricking your brain into thinking that you are safe. And the best way to do this is to step out for a short walk, leaving the four walls that is making you spiral. So basically, I would encourage people to change the location, meaning not go a different country or city, but just change the rooms you're in. So guys, this is the end of my video. If this resonated with you, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, or share with someone that you know that's going through this. It will be a great help to them. And yes, I will see you for my next psychology kind of video.